people known as show people. Hey, everybody. Happy New Year. Do we still say Happy New Year? I can't remember. I don't know when, you're supposed to stop saying it. But this is my first Theater Talks with Scott of 2023, so I'm saying Happy New Year, okay? You guys can tell me in the comments, when do you stop saying Happy New Year, all right? Do you like this? This is brand new. Literally just came out of the package. It's a little more Christmassy. It's red and green, but look, it changes colors. That's not the camera. That's the shirt. I'm so excited. And it's comfy. It's yummy. So anyway, hello. This is going to be a little different Theater Talks with Scott. I want to hear from you. I want to know, what do you want to hear from me? I know you want to hear when I go see shows. And I get that, and I look forward to doing that and doing reviews. And I'm going to do a little bit more. I've had people go, be a real review. So I'm going to try doing more. So I did, but I want to hear more feedback from you guys. And I did hear some feedback asking me, since I live in Central Florida, about theater in Central Florida. So I decided here at the beginning of the new year to do a video about theater going on in Central Florida, because we have a lot of it. We do. So you guys that aren't coming to Central Florida and not interested, okay, you can turn me off now. You've seen the shirt. You heard me sing Show People from the musical Curtains. I love that musical. Oh my God, I saw it so many times. See, I want to talk about some of my favorites that I might do. So would y'all be interested in that? Because I had a really cool experience when I saw Curtains the first time. I'd love to talk about it if you wanted. Anyway, all right, so let's dig in. I'm going to talk about a number of different theaters and different experiences that are available in Central Florida. Listen, I want to clarify something, though. There's going to be some theaters I may not mention or talk about. Some because I don't know about them. So send me a message. You guys know how to do that. Leave me a message. Find me on Instagram. Send me a DM. My Instagram, if you don't know, is JScottQueen. Big shocker. You can find me on Facebook, J. Scott Berry. That's easy. So send me a message about a theater that you're like, hey, come check out a show here or there and talk about us too. I'd be willing to do that. There are some that I know about that I'm not talking about. My grandmother taught me, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. I don't usually abide by that. But I also want to build up theater. I want to build up live theater. I want to support local theaters. So if I don't have something nice to say, I'm just not going to, because I don't want to hurt anybody. They're doing their thing, but I have certain standards. So let's dig right in on, and there's a lot of theater going on in literally the next couple of months. So first off, I want to start with the show that's opening this Friday night on the 13th. There's a lot opening this weekend. But this is a show that I've got part in. So last fall, I got involved with Playwright's Roundtable in Orlando. They're a great theater group. And of course, it's for original work. And so they do these shows where they have 8 shorts, 10-minute plays about there by original playwrights. And we do them, and they do an evening of 8 shorts with an intermission in between. It starts this weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday and Saturdays at 8, Sundays at 2. So this one is called Launch. So it's playwrights from all around. The one that was in the fall was called Native Voices. That was local playwrights. And what's fun is my new friend, Kim Patel, who I love her. I directed the play that she wrote back there called I Love New York. She's in my play now that I'm doing. It's called Drop the Mask. And it's about 2 people who are having their first meeting face-to-face. They've met on the apps, and it's a date, but it's right after COVID. So it's when we were vaxxed and boosted, but people were getting out again. So that's what this plays about. ThePRT.com. Now, it happens at the OrlandoShakes. I think it's called the Santos Danton studio. But don't go to OrlandoShakes for the tickets. Go to theprt.com or message me. I'll send it to you. Okay, so that's running for 2 weekends, and come see it. Come see the play. And you know what? It's 8 shorts. If you don't like one of them, okay, so sit there, shut up, and politely clap, because you'll like the next one. Okay? and support live theater. All right, so in my top 10 from 2022, if you guys didn't see it, I did a top 10 theater experiences. I talked about the Studio Theater and my friends Whitney and Jason, this theater that they have, the Studio Theater, which is part of the Sharon Performing Arts Center in the Villages, which the Sharon has a lot of great stuff coming up. But the Studio Theater is their professional regional theater. They are doing, I am so excited, La Cage aux Folles in their small studio space. I can't wait to see it because they do high quality theater. They really, really do. And you go to The Sharon, I think it's called thesharon.org. I'll put websites in my description. But La Cage aux Folles, but now it's selling out. So get your tickets right away. These are professional actors from all around. Not all around here. They're professional actors from everywhere. And so they come in and they come do this show at the regional theater. But also the Sharon, and then the second play, the last in their season, is called The Shining Lives. And it's based on the real life story of the Radium Girls. These women who were hired to paint watches and I think clocks using radium. And nobody knew what it was yet. And you can imagine and it's a real life story, and they're battling court and all. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I think that's in April. So get your tickets there. At the Sharon, they have Jessica Vosk, you guys. Jessica Vosk, who's a huge music theater star and concert artist. She just did her debut concert at Carnegie Hall, was back in November, sold out. I didn't get to see it. And I'm surfing the Sharon website, and they're bringing Jessica Vosk here to Central Florida. When is that? That is February 28th. Get your tickets. I already got mine. I'm on the front row. Baby, I want her to spit on me, okay? All right, that's kind of gross, but I am. So anyway, but they do lots of great stuff. Check out the Sharon. It's worth the drive from like Orlando, Ocala, Gainesville, over in Citrus County. I mean, there's a lot of places that you can come there. They've got great stuff. They've got... they have David Foster and Catherine McPhee coming up soon. Yeah! David Foster with Catherine McPhee. They have, what else did I see? Vicki Lawrence I saw that they're having there. They're having Johnny Mathis, I think. I can't believe he's still alive. They're having the Beach Boys. I was sure they were dead. You guys know I'm joking, okay? Don't take this seriously. Don't come attacking me, because I'll just tell you about yourself. Anyway, The Sharon. Go check it out. It's thesharon.com, I'm pretty sure. Again, I'll put it in the message. All right, next show that's opening this weekend also. I'm going to see it next week. Theater West End. You guys know that was another one of my top 10s. Go back to my top 10s from 2022. I love this theater. I like what Derek does. He runs the theater there. Derek, their season starts now. So they sell a season for a calendar year. I'm season ticket holders. You want to come see a show there? Come with me. All right, they're opening with the Great American Trailer Park Musical, which I've never seen. I'm really looking forward to it. Derek has been posting like on Facebook like crazy because he's got to build this trailer park in their studio. And there's something about flamingos. I'm afraid flamingos have taken you over, Derek. So I can't wait to see that show. And they have a great season. They're doing The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. That was, what was his name? I saw it on Broadway. Alex Sharp. In fact, he won a Tony Award. In fact, he was the youngest person to ever win a Tony Award. It used to be Harvey Fierstein, and then it was Alex Sharp. But they've got a great season coming up. They're doing 9 to 5. They're doing a lot of, I can't remember. I think they're doing Spring Awakening. They're doing Full Monty, and they're doing a show that I'm not supposed to, I don't know about. It says it's a secret, so we don't know. All right, I was talking about OrlandoShakes earlier, that we're going to be there this weekend, but we're not in the main auditorium. We're in that studio theater, but the Shakes has a couple of shows going on. They're doing Henry V. I've got tickets for that. Looking forward to going see that. And in April, I am so excited, they are doing Kinky Boots. That Kinky Boots is one of my trigger shows. That's one of my favorite shows. And I've already bought my tickets. I bought my tickets. I'm going. When am I going? It's written down. April 12th. I'm going to see Kinky Boots at the Shakes. I can't wait. Also opening this weekend in Mount Dora, Ice House Theater. They're opening Moon Over Buffalo, the Ken Ludwig comedy. Such a fun show. If you guys remember this, this was Carol Burnett's return to Broadway after, like, I don't know, 20 something, 30 something years, forever. Okay. She did this Ken Ludwig play, and it's a backstage comedy. It's slapstick, it's funny, it's what you would expect. It's about theater troupe in like a third rate theater troupe, kind of, and everything goes wrong. And so that's at Ice House. Theater. I'll put the link for them. That show sells out. I've got my tickets, so go see that. Then I'm trying out a couple of new theaters that I've not been to before. I saw an ad for this show called Six Guitars at a place called Renaissance Theater Company in New York. I think it's pretty new. New York. Renaissance Theater Company in Orlando. And this play sounds really exciting. It's one man, one guitar, six characters. I saw the clips and it's really cool. And I want to check out this space. It's brand new space for this company. And so I'm really excited about going and supporting them. A friend of mine has already seen the show. Tim Totten, thanks for the invite. Really appreciate you, dude. See if I invite you anymore. I'm kidding. Anyway, Tim is actually who introduced me to Theater West End, so I owe him. But anyway, I'm excited to see Six Guitars. I see that like the 21st, I think it is. And then another theater group that is new to me, Theater South Playhouse. They are doing The Prom, which I saw on Broadway. It's, again, another one of my favorite experiences. It's a hysterical story about how I got the ticket, how I made it, how I saw it. The poor people that were sitting underneath me because I was in one of the boxes. It's a really cool story. I'll tell that sometime. Anyway, they're doing The Prom. It's a show that, again, that is like an obsessive show with me. And I cannot wait to see it. And that's happening, I think, in February. Yes, it is in February. Okay, so that's some of the stuff in Central Florida. A lot. There's more going on. You guys, tell me what you've got going on. If I believe in it or I don't know about it, let's go find out about it. Okay, a couple of other things that I'm doing coming up that I'm really excited about. So one of my best friends, and she and I have done a lot of theater. She lives in St. Augustine. In fact, she did the show once at Limelight Theatre in St. Augustine last year. I wasn't able to go. I got really sick. I had bought tickets and everything, and I couldn't go. And I hate missing it. Anyway, I'm going up to see her next week, and we're going to see Limelight's new play that they've got, Oleanna, the David Mamet play. I've never seen it. I've read scenes from it, and I've read parts about it. I think I even saw some of it in a workshop that I participated in eons ago, but I've never seen it. It's really an interesting play, very relevant kind of now. It's about a college professor and one of his students and sexual misconduct. So I'm looking forward to that. Limelight does great shows. They've got a great season too. St. Augustine is not that far from Central Florida. So go check it out. I know that they're doing All My Sons, the Arthur Miller play. Love that play. I saw it on Broadway with Tracy Letts and Annette Bening. And then they're doing, Hands on a Hard Body. That another friend of mine, Lee Hamby, he and I did Company together back in the 90s. Lee's directing, I think, is what I heard. I don't know that for sure, so don't quote me, and Lee, forgive me if I got that wrong. Then what else am I doing? Oh my God, I'm so excited. The end of the month, I'm going to see the one, the only, the legend, Chita Rivera, in a one-night program in Fort Lauderdale, a Seth Rudetsky concert. He does them at the Parker. And so she's going to be telling stories, and she's going to be singing. And, Seth will be there too. But, come on, Seth, I love you. So I want to meet you, Seth Rudetsky. If anybody knows how I want to meet Seth Rudetsky. I just think the man is brilliant. And he's such a big advocate for artists and art. I love listening to you on the radio, Seth. Anyway, so speaking of legends, Mandy Patinkin is going back on tour. I haven't seen him. I saw him in, I think it was 2001, 2002. He was at the St. James. He did a Sondheim show, a one-man show. Anyway, he's coming to Florida for one night only. He's going to be in Sarasota. I'm there in February. I already bought my tickets for that too. And then, really excited. The last thing I'll tell you about, this isn't even in Florida. Wow, this video is long. Sorry. Stephanie J. Block. You guys know how I feel about Steph. She is doing 1 week as Norma Desmond in Sunset Boulevard. And it's at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. And I have a ticket. I am going up there. I think I fly up on the 1st and see the show on the 2nd. Because I'm just going for the show, but I didn't want to even run the risk with all the flight stuff of flying on the same day that I'm seeing the show. So I'm flying up on the 1st. I'll do whatever that night. And then I am seeing Stephanie J. Block in Sunset Boulevard. I cannot wait. And she's doing 1 week on it, and then she's going out on tour. Did you guys know that? Into the Woods, which closed this past week on Broadway, they're going on tour with Montego Glover as the witch, and Gavin Creel as the prince, and Stephanie J. Block and her husband, her real-life husband, Sebastian Arcellus, as playing the baker's. Well, she's playing the baker's wife, and he's the baker. So they're going on tour. I can't. The cities haven't been released yet. When they are, I'm going to go. I have to see it again with them. So anyway, so that's a lot of stuff going on, you guys. Give me feedback. Tell me what you're going to see. Tell me, especially in Central Florida. But you know what? Talk about your areas. You guys are all over the country and beyond. Tell me about some good theaters going on there. I travel for theater, okay? Ask my friend Whitney. This was before she opened the studio. I'm going to do this just real quick. I know it's long here. She was in, because for a while, she and Jason, they lived in Chicago and they lived here. And, she's a professional actress, and she had a job playing Diana in Next to Normal, which is another big obsessive show. And I had to see her in it. So I literally flew to Chicago to see her, and it was the closing performance. I flew up, saw the show, and flew back the next day in Next to Normal. So see, I'll travel for shows. Of course, then the next year, Whitney opened the studio and did Next to Normal and played Diana, so I could have saved myself that trip. No, I'm kidding, Whitney. I'm kidding. I don't regret that at all. I was thrilled. It was a fun trip. And it was a cool theater also. Anyway, so yes, let me know what's going on. I will go anywhere to see shows. If it's a show I want to see or it's going to be a cool thing, I want to experience it. This was long. I apologize, but I don't really, because it was a lot of information. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you want to hear from Theater Talks with Scott. And I'm going to say it one more time. Happy New Year!